An excerpt from Gathering Blue by Lois Lowry. Kev.
Today, facing Kira, she, Vandara, was once again preparing to destroy someone's young. Unlike the forest creature, Kira had no claws with which to fight.
She gripped her wooden cane tightly and tried to stare back with no hint of fear. Sienna?
I've returned to rebuild my cot, she told Vandara.
Your space is gone. It's mine now. The saplings are mine. I will cut my own, Kira conceded. But I will rebuild on this space. This was my father's space before I was born, and my mother's after he died. Now that she is dead, it's mine. Jahara?
Other women emerged from the surrounding cot. We need it, one called.
Excellent.
We're going to use the one saplings to
We're
build.
We're
going to use the saplings to build a pen for the tykes.
One more time.
We're going to use the saplings to build a pen for the tykes.
Smoothly again, no comma after pen.
We're going to use the saplings to build a pen for the tykes. It was Vandara's idea.
Kira looked at the woman, who was holding the arm of a toddler roughly. It might be a good idea, Kira replied, if you want to pin your little ones, but not on this ground. You can build your pen somewhere else, Kanaya.
She saw Vandara lean down and pick up a rock the size of a tyke's fist. We don't want you here, the woman said. You don't belong in the village anymore. You're worthless with that leg. Your mother always protected you, but she's gone now. You should go too. Why didn't you just stay in the field?
Why didn't?
Why didn't you just stay in the field?
Kira saw that she was surrounded by hostile women who had come from their cots and were watching Vandara for instructions and leadership. Sienna?
Several she noticed had rocks in their hands. If one rock were thrown, others would follow. She knew.
They were all waiting for the first. Faith?
What would my mother have done?
She thought frantically and tried to call wisdom from the bit of her mother's spirit that lived on in her now. Micah?
Or my father who never knew of my birth.
One more time, pause the comma.
Or my father who never knew of my birth. His spirit is in me too. Kara straightened her shoulders and spoke.
She held her voice steady and tried to meet the eyes of each woman in turn. Some lowered their gaze and looked at the ground. Amadi?
The bird was, that was good. It meant they were weak.
You know that in a village conflict, that could bring death? We must go to the Council of Guardians, Kira reminded them. She heard some murmurs of assent. Abdul?
Vandara's hand still gripped the rock, and her shoulders were tense, preparing to throw.
Jahara?
Kira looked directly at Vandara, but she was speaking to others now, in need of their support.
She appealed not to their sympathy, because she knew they had none, but to their fear. Remember that if conflict is not taken to the Council of Guardians, and if there is a death,
She heard a murmur. If there is death, she heard a woman repeat in an uncertain, apprehensive voice.
Kira waited. She stood as tall and straight as she could. Why don't you go ahead and just chat with your neighbor really quickly? What just took place in what we read? Let's make sure we're clear on that first. Go ahead and chat with your neighbor.